Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. My name is David, and I never imagined the day would come when I'd sit across from my wife Olivia, handing her something that would permanently change the course of our lives. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment outburst or a decision fueled by anger. It was the end result of years of feeling unseen, dismissed, and unappreciated in the very home I sacrificed so much to build. I trusted her. I loved her. And for the longest time I believed that was enough. When I slid the envelope across the dining table, Olivia finally tore her attention away from her phone. Confusion flashed in her eyes for a second before her usual wall of defiance snapped into place. "What is this?" she asked sharply, her voice too controlled, like she had practiced staying unfazed. I didn't answer. I let the silence sit between us like a weight. I wanted the moment to speak louder than anything I could say. She opened the envelope and flipped through the papers. Her expression shifted instantly. "Divorce?" she whispered, stunned. "You're serious?" I nodded, calm and steady. "I've been serious for a long time. I just needed you to understand how real this is." Before she could respond, a knock sounded at the door. Her friend Samantha walked in, immediately picking up on the tension. With that familiar smug confidence she wore like a badge, she scanned the room, the papers, Olivia's face, my expression. "David, what are you doing?" she demanded, as if she had any right to question me. "You can't just throw divorce papers at her out of nowhere." I leaned back, watching both of them. I knew exactly what would happen next. Samantha would jump in, defend Olivia, twist the narrative, try to guilt-trip me. But I had already lived through enough manipulation to recognize the pattern. Samantha crossed her arms and stepped closer. "Think about what you're doing. Olivia doesn't deserve this. You can't just toss your marriage aside." I stayed still, unshaken. Years of being dismissed had taught me one thing: when you finally choose your own peace, nothing can bend you back. Olivia sat frozen, her eyes flicking between us. She opened her mouth but couldn't get any words out. For the first time I saw uncertainty, maybe even fear, crack through her usual defensive posture. The woman I married, the one who laughed with me, dreamt with me, stood beside me, had vanished long ago. All that remained was someone who expected endless tolerance while giving nothing but excuses and cold silence in return. Samantha softened her tone, but her eyes still challenged me. "You don't mean this. You're just upset. Every marriage has rough spots. Just give her another chance." She reached as if to grab the papers from my hand. I didn't move. "I'm not angry," I said quietly. "I've been patient for months. Waiting for honesty. Waiting for respect. Waiting for anything that resembled the partnership we used to have. And I've realized something: patience doesn't fix what's already broken." My voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. The truth carried its own weight. Olivia's hand trembled as she held the papers. I saw it, the moment reality finally hit her. Samantha's face reflected the same shock. The balance had shifted, and for once I wasn't the one cornered. "David, don't do this," Samantha insisted. "You're making a huge mistake." "I've thought about this every single day," I replied. "This is the right choice. The only choice." Samantha fell silent. Olivia's shock hardened into anger, then softened into something else: panic. Regret. The realization that what she took for granted wasn't guaranteed anymore. "You think divorce papers fix everything?" she snapped, voice shaking. "You don't understand." "I understand more than you think," I cut in gently. "I know what it's like to give and give while getting nothing in return. I know how it feels to be unheard in your own home. And I know that sometimes the bravest kind of love is walking away." Samantha exhaled, defeated. "I didn't think it would come to this." "It had to," I said simply. Olivia set the papers down, her hands trembling. For the first time in a long time I saw something close to genuine regret. But regret could never rebuild what she had let fall apart. I stood up. With every inch I rose, I felt something heavy lift off me: years of frustration, silence, and false hope. Olivia watched me, finally realizing that the man she had underestimated wasn't asking, begging, or waiting anymore. I slipped on my coat, walked toward the door, and paused. "I wish things were different," I said softly. "But they're not. Goodbye, Olivia." She didn't speak. She couldn't. I stepped outside and the air felt different, cleaner, lighter. For the first time in years, the storm inside me was gone. I had chosen peace. I had chosen clarity. I had chosen myself. And as I walked away, a small, honest smile finally broke through.